AMD Ryzen CPUs dominate in Germany's DIY segment with 90% market share. X3D CPUs selling like hotcakes. Mindfactory CPU sales show AMD is still gaining CPU market share but isn't the only retail store to see such a dominating lead for Ryzen and X3D chips. Things have changed quite drastically in favor of AMD since the time it released the first generation of Ryzen processors back in 2017. With great generational improvement, AMD has gained back a lot of CPU share in the current market, so much so that Intel is struggling to keep up with the Team Red in most parts of the world. As per the latest stats, it looks like AMD is still on its journey to grab as much share as possible. For the first time, AMD has crossed the 90% mark, leaving Intel with less than 10% share in the CPU market. As reported by the Tech Epiphany YouTube, the popular European retail website Mindfactory has sold AMD 2975 processors in week 37 compared to 310 by Intel. This has helped AMD reach a 90.56% share in the market, leaving Intel with just a 9.44% share. Keep in mind that these are the stats of only one retail website, and overall the CPU market share in Europe will vary from region to region. Still, AMD has gained a quite chunk of the market since last year, gaining as much as 30% higher market share in the last 18 months alone. AMD stands at 89.66% with revenue share, while Intel with 10.34%. Further categorization shows that AMD has sold almost twice the number of AM5 CPUs compared to AM4 CPUs. AMD Ryzen 7000 and 9000 series amount to 1975 units sold, while all the AM4 unit compatible Ryzen processors have sold 1000 units collectively. This also shows that AM4 CPUs provide excellent value to its users since there are CPUs for every budget, and along with dozens of affordable CPUs, there are plenty of choice for motherboard which help users build budget PCs builds. On the other hand, Intel has just sold 290 units of Elder Lake, Raptor Lake and Raptor Lake refresh CPUs for the LGA 1700 socket and 20 units for the LGA 1200 socket. One thing to note here is that among the top selling processor, X3D CPUs have sold the most, with Ryzen 7 7800 X3D selling 670 units, which is higher than the Intel CPU sales combined. Next are the Ryzen 5800 X3D, 7900 X3D, 7950 X3D, 5700 X3D and 7600 X3D in the top 15. If we analyze the CPU sales in other part of the world, we see that even Amazon and Newegg have sold AMD units drastically much more than Intel. So this isn't just a region specific thing, as AMD has been successfully in appealing to a bigger audience worldwide. Meanwhile, the Zen 5 based Ryzen 9000 CPUs are still lacking, selling just 2020 units of Ryzen 9600X, 9700X and 9900X and 30 units of 9950X on Mindfactory. The recent low sales of Intel's high-end Raptor Lake and refresh CPUs can be attributed to the instability issue, but Intel still has a chance to prove itself with the upcoming Arrow Lake processors scheduled to launch on 24th of October.